It's been a while since I've done any HVAC related videos, naturally, because it's winter here. So I figure we'll go onto the internet and see if we can find any older air conditioners or dehumidifiers of interest. I'm not going to look on the eRipoff or the eBay this time because historically, I've never found there to be anything on there in that regards. So we'll start off with the Craigslist. And New Haven, that's fine. We'll look there. I think there's a couple of subsidiaries we can look in for this state. And let's see here. I'm only typing with one hand, so you'll have to suffer through this. Air conditioner. Okay, for sale. Okay, let's take a look at that one. Junk, 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 junk. Oh, is that an older one of those Kenmore ones? That's not an air conditioner. It's not even close. Digitan funding. Wow, $20,000 a month. That must be nice. One of those things. Those are ridiculous. Well, there's mostly just modern junk on here, which is kind of what I figured. This also isn't really the time to look for air conditioners for sale because it's the middle of winter and nobody is using the air conditioners. Okay, this is all just... Oh, there's a nice old one. This is otherwise just all modern junk on here. I kind of like that one though. Okay. So that's the end of the results. Seems like there's a lot more than 29 items there. Let's try we'll try a couple of other areas. Now what that is looks like some kind of a freak show. Okay. Oh, it's a nice truck, but it's got nothing to do with this. It's nothing to do with this either. What's all these? What are these things called? What do those have to do with air conditioners? Smart home? Nope, that's not for me. Irrelevant, 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 irrelevant. It's nice to see an older car around. Irrelevant, 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 irrelevant. Scrap removal. Oh, so what a nice copper. Junk, 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 junk. More junk. Okay, nothing of interest in Albany. Well, there was a few actually. That was not correct. Let's try Central Ninja. Junk, 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 junk. Lots of junk in Central Ninja. It's a nice dining room table. Another nice old car. What is with all these? I think these are called campers. What is with all these campers coming up with air conditioners? What? Tools. I like tools. Free stuff. Oh, that one's old. Let's take a look at that one. Oh, here we go. This is a nice old air conditioner. Large, free. Are they going to show a photograph or what? Junk. More junk. More junk. Just all junk. Let's see here. In Eastern. No pictures? Nope, just more junk. Oh, you know what? This one. We'll look at that one too. That one's there's some story behind that one. More junk, more junk. Those things are awful. What absolute trash. Three junk appliances for $250. You gotta be outside of your mind. There are so many junk air conditioners on this Craigslist. Finally, a nice one. Oh, that's a nice heater. Room heater for air conditioner? What? Now these are some nice older, well, not that old, but they're old enough to be probably decent. Let's see here. What other ones could we do? We could do the Hudson Valley. Hartford, we could look at there too. More junk. There's a nice truck again. More junk. This is all irrelevant now. There's so much electronics in those stupid inverter things. You never use one of those. All these have Digitan controls, which I don't like either. Okay, this is just all junk. This is irritating. There's no good refrigeration equipment on. Well, there's none, but there's not much. Let's try the Hartford. There's a Fian. I'll take a look at that, I guess. Garbage appliances after garbage appliance. Tools. What is this? What does that got to do with air conditioners? You know what does kind of pique my curiosity with these kind of units? Since these Fians are pretty quiet, I've always been intrigued by the concept of taking one of these Fians, of course, putting the blade onto a proper AC motor and making a window Fian out of it, because they seem like they push a decent amount of air and they're very quiet, so it would make for a good window Fian. And those blades too, they must have a decent amount of static pressure in order to pull the air through the coil. This is probably new enough to have some stupid refrigerant in it, but we'll take a look at it. Alright, where else can we look? We can look in... Did we look in New York already? The Poconos. We'll look in there. Oh, jeez. Junk, junk, junk. LED trash. Oh my gosh, I've never seen so much junk in one place. Hopefully these aren't any vintage ones. This looks like the work of Dylan. I have one of these. It has the Digitan controls, which I'm not too fond of, but it is very loud too. Very, very loud. Okay. Looks like that's all of the ones of interest there. Yeah, this junk is making me tired. Let's see here. I think we can look in. Did we do Eastern CT? I think we did. We could look in. I think we looked in Central. Let's try Allentown. Digitan with remote. How is 8,000 a small air conditioner? You can cool a large area with 8,000. A tent? What does a tent have to do with anything here? The way these posts are tagged or the way the search algorithm works is crazy. These crazy Digitan thermostats. I can't see all that junk. I think we looked at that one already. Was that an older one there? That may be a somewhat decent unit. I don't remember if we did Hartford or not. I don't think we did. I probably could deselect some of those and then it wouldn't have the problem with all those other things showing up. But then, I don't know. Okay, I think we've got pretty much everything we're going to see on here. The pickings are slim tonight. Did we get that one right? I think we did, but I'll show it again. Alright, I think that's going to wrap up the searching. Yeah, that's it for this. Anything else nearby? Not really. I think it started with, jeez, what did it start with? New Haven. I didn't know Shark branded air conditioners now. Jeez, you get this stuff under any name now. I'm sure this is some kind of a scam. Let's take a look at that. Those are, well, we already talked about those. Okay. I wonder how many British thermal units that thing has. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's move on to what we found. So here we have a General Electric R22 2006. Yeah, this is an acceptable machine. Very simple. And this was, let's see here. How much is this worth? $150. Yeah, right. Okay. This looks like one of those Kenmore branded units with Digitan controls, unfortunately. That's probably a pretty good sized machine. $50 a piece. It's not too bad. I don't know, those bottom two ones are junk, though. I wouldn't be interested in either of those. Door frame fan. Entry air, more like no air. These are so dumb. 6 of these, brand new in the box. They list at Home Depot for $30. What a ripoff. What does this unfortunate person buy 6 of these things for? Can run continuously. Oh, I have my doubts about that. Efficient and effective to, well, gently circulate, I'll believe. About efficient and effective. Ideal for use in rooms with fireplace or window air. So they're telling you that this is going to move cold air on the floor around? Right. Sturdy thermoplastic housing. Ooh, thermoplastic. Okay. Nope. Let's see here. Gibson's 8,000 BTU AC air conditioner. So it's AC, not DC. Missing some slats, but otherwise this is probably a perfectly nice old machine. Not too familiar with the Gibson's brand. Works great, I can imagine it does. I kind of want one of these. These were, so I would say, like some of the last like really good units that we saw. These came out of the early 2000s, I think. My grandfather has one very similar, and it has the Digitan controls. For a while, one of these models, I think it actually was this very model right here. This one was, a relative has one of these. This one was under the Consumer's Reports like best model or something for some time. My uncle had one of these years ago, and then it got passed on to another relative. They still have it. I serviced it last year. And you know what? It's a pretty good machine. It blows cold, and it works nice. I'd much rather have this one, though, with the non-Digitan controls. Yeah, they're not too cheap, though. $80 for a 20-year-old machine. That's kind of expensive. Okay, what do we have here? Those look like they're all relatively new. Digitan controls. What is that? Fetters on there, I think it says. Yeah. Those are those weird vertical ones for like the casement windows. Here's a nice old machine. A General Electric. Made in Malaysia. 1988. Yeah, this is a good machine. $250. Well, I mean, it'll run for years and years to come. Cold. I believe it. Comfort Airy 8,000. No face. What is it, a ghost? Not heard of the Comfort Airy brand before. That's kind of odd. Interesting. Scrap removal. Some good copper there. Some tools. Let's see what kind of tools we got here. Those are some nice vintage tiling tools. Good set of wrenches. Whoops. Compressor tools. That's a nice selection of tools. There's some good stuff there. How much did they want for this? $150. Not bad. Not bad. Trash on the curb. Well, that thing's probably trash. Looks like there's a 3733 in there. That gate looks perfectly fine. There's some scrap. I don't know what that stuff is. It looks like it's not opened. I mean, that couch, if you were just to reupholster that side, is still perfectly good. The chairs is perfectly good. All these things look perfectly good. It's crazy what some people throw out. Free stuff for $1. Okay. There's an air conditioner. Maybe that's why it was coming up on this search. No pictures. Oh, here's the inside. Obviously, the air conditioner is much newer than the rest of the thing. Huh. Interesting. I don't really know anything about these things. Thomas Edison's air conditioner. Let's see what we have here. I can't say I've seen one like this before. Looks like it'd be probably a very nice machine. Yeah, that's probably a pretty cool machine. $40 isn't bad. Well, it's in a box. That's about all we know of that. Ran when parked here. I'm sure it still works, but it'd be nice if they showed a picture. So this machine, I haven't released this video yet. I'm going to release the video when the house officially sells, but my aunt and uncle moved away recently and the house hasn't sold yet. But I did record a video over there, and I mentioned in one portion of the video there was a window where the Sears whole house window fan resided that I now have, and I said in that video that an air conditioner took its place. This was the air conditioner. And I had a chance to get it. I passed it up. I didn't remember the thing ever, and I knew it wasn't probably more than 15 or 20 years old, so I didn't get it. I probably should have gotten it because these older Whirlpool machines were pretty decent. But, oh well. Here we have a Fetters. Always liked Fetters stuff. There's only one photograph. This is a 12,000. And it works fine. $95 is kind of on the high side, but considering this will probably last another 50 years, it's well worth it. Well, this is a very nice vintage heater, but I'm not really sure why it would be for an air conditioner. It seems like counterintuitive. Oh, I see. This is the fan. It has a fan to blow set on high to warm up room and then lower to keep it warm. That's not correct because the thermostat is like, it's binary. It's on or it's off. If you put the thermostat on 85, the same temperature comes out if you put it on 75. People don't seem to understand that. We'll trade for a decent small window or old pennies and I can deliver it to you. Jeez. That's a pretty good deal for some pennies. And they deliver it too? Now I understand what they were saying in the listing. They're saying this is for, in the sense that they'll trade it for that. Okay. Now that makes sense. Here's a Friedrich. I forget what the model number is called on these. Kind of an iconic unit. I like these. They're decent. ultra quiet. Something tells me it's probably not, but whatever. 5,000. I guess the picture just must be deceiving. This looks like it'd be larger than 5,000. That's the same thing. And here we have Digitan controls, yuck, and a window fee in. Okay, great. Miscellaneous items. Let's see if we have any interesting items here. That could be useful. I could make use of that. Not really sure what those are. The picture doesn't show it too well. Okay, nice white space there, and there we go. Some gauges. Tape measure. I forget what that thing is called at the moment. What in the world is that? Okay, anyways. Not much of interest there. Frigidaire. I wonder how old this is. Looks like it's relatively new. But see, this one is designed correctly at least because the register can be directed away from the intake. They don't show the information tag. Jeez. Oh, it's only 3 years old. It must be very new. Well, obviously it's new if it's only 3 years old. 10,000. Oh, it's bigger than I thought it would be. 8-way air direction. Okay, now they're just making things up to make it sell. Geez, that was probably a nice machine there. That could have been, I don't know, depending on how old it was. That's probably a decent machine too. That's a good refrigerator. That's unfortunate. Large window air conditioner. Let's see, what is this one? Can't really tell. Well, I saw the photos, but they didn't really give many details. We looked at that already. We looked at that one already. Digitan funding. Here we go. Let's see. Digitan funding. Pocket thousands of dollars per customer. What? Yeah, I wasn't born yesterday. It doesn't say what the British thermal units rating is. Oh well. Okay, now let's see here. Instead of the Craigslist, we're gonna go to I think it was called the Letgo. Do they not have a website? Or was it? Oh, Offers Up. Maybe that's what it was called. Maybe I'm just getting confused. Okay, let's see here. Whoops. Jeez. Okay, here we go. Greeted with junk. Whole bunch of junk. Ugh, this is even worse than Craig's list was. That one's okay, I guess. Got those Digitan controls, though. That may be the same model that my grandfather has. Yeah, I think it is. Those are decent. I don't like the controls, but they're decent machines. Looks like it's older. Okay. Oh, here we go. Well, we got two. Oh, here we go. Three good ones. Jeez, the pickings are slim on here. It's all just modern junk. There's a good one. There's so much modern junk on here. This is ridiculous. I have to entitle this video Scrolling Through Modern Junk. Hardly anything of interest on here. Oh, that's of interest. Were they holding their camera upside down? Yeah, that's really a logical way to do it. How many times is that one going to show up? Okay, now we're getting into some good ones here. An air condition. Okay, what happened? Now we got tons of good ones. Bunch of fiends. Alright, let's take a look at what we found here. What is this thing? What's that brand? Piguinios? Looks like it's got a timer of some sort. That's weird. I don't know what that thing is. Here's a nice old machine. I've always liked white Westinghouse units. We had a gigantic white Westinghouse unit in the living room at the last house. It was a three-phase machine. That thing had some power to it. Wish I had that still. $15 is a steal for that thing. Another General Electric. For free? Not bad. Emerson Quietcool, these are good machines. That's a cool control set too. $150, well worth it. Includes a wireless power remote Digitan temperature plug-in. Well, that's not really useful, but why would you pair that Chinese garbage with such a nice piece of equipment? Although I guess that's better than throwing it out. It's kind of an interesting unit. Quasarts. A quasar. I believe these were made by the Panasonic or the Matsushita. They're kind of all like the same thing. Yeah, see, there we go. Panasonic. Made in the Malaysias. And it is 5,800 British thermal units per hour. This is probably a pretty good quality unit. Ready for immediate use. That's nice. And here's something very similar under the Panasonic's name. It's probably the same thing in a different show. A new wing needed. Was it going to fly somewhere? Here is a very hated unit, and I'm not sure why people have an issue with these. I think these are fantastic. I have one of these in my collection under the Hampton Bay brand. There was a classroom sometime in middle school that had one of these units in it. I found mine out in the trash. It was absolutely filthy. Cleaned it up, and it's good to go. Cools just fine, despite all the claims that people make about them being terrible. I've always found these kind of interesting. I definitely want to get one of these for my collection at some point. One of these, I think they were called View Savers. The picture doesn't get any bigger? Okay. That's from a year ago. It probably isn't even available anymore. This is a neat unit. I had one of these under the Kenmore brand in my bedroom in like the early mid 2000s, and it was a good machine. It got cold. Really good machine. I saw one of these at the Habitat a couple years ago, and I didn't get it, and I don't remember why, and it was really stupid because I haven't seen one since. Although they're not that rare, so I'll probably be able to find one eventually. There's supposed to be a door that closes over the control panel. Yep, camera upside down. Same one again. Alright, now we got pictures that are big enough. An older Frigidaire's unit. 1500 BTUs. That's really about as... That's got to be a 220 unit, I would think. I'd be very surprised if they could get 15,000 out of a 15 amp 120. Another one of these. These are quite common, and this just goes to show how decent these were, because there's a ton of them around still. This is a big one though. This has got to be ton and a half maybe. Let's see, does it say? Oh, there we go, 18,220. And they have the sleeve. Yeah, those are pretty nice machines. I like this one. $45, that's a steal for an 1800. This looks like a very similar unit but with the Digitan controls. 10,000, a little bit smaller. Here's another one. The Gallery series. 1800 British thermal units. Even for 250, that's not a bad deal because an 1800 unit new, which would last like half of a season, it would be a lot more than 250. This thing would run for years and years, as long as the stinking Digitan controls don't break. These are good machines. I've always liked these older Rheems. Really good quality machines, very durable. These things run forever. And of course, they are made in the USA, which is probably one of the reasons why they're made so well. Okay, that probably hasn't been cleaned in a long time. Kenmore's. It's a nice machine. Probably never been pulled out for cleaning. Okay. I think they could have focused their camera a little better. Looks like that says Hampton Bay, maybe. Yeah, here's a better picture. Looks like they focused their camera ever so slightly more. I don't know if these were ever sold under any other brands, but I remember this was back in middle school, I guess. There was one room that had something that looked very similar to this, and it was branded Lakewood, and that was the first and last time I ever saw an air conditioner under the Lakewood brand. I wonder if this was the model. Because obviously this was a model that was rebranded because it's under the Hampton Bay name. Who would have made this? I don't know. Interesting. Well, here was an 8,000 BTU air condition. Can't really see what it looks like. Here's that other one again. Yeah, I think this was the model. I think this might have been the model. How many free air conditioning, nurse? What? There's 3 of them. An air conditioning nurse. Okay. I have 3 air conditioning units that work great in Muscle. Okay. Interesting. This has got to be pretty old. What? Great. Tomorrow 1 p.m. 4:50. What? Going out of business air conditioner? How could what? Looks like there's a Hamilton Bay one on top of it. 2 good machines there. 2 air conditioners. One's a piece of junk. One's decent. Can't really tell what it is. Emerson Quiet Cool. I didn't know that Emerson Quiet Cool ever put their name on something like this. I'm a little bit surprised because even though I think those are good machines, they're a bit below Emerson quality, in my opinion. Interesting. good condition air conditioner, okay? Window air conditioner. Those box fans are awful. So are all those window air conditioners. Well, that one's not bad. Let's see here. These are mostly junk. That one's decent. Maybe is that one of those Fetters, Hampton Bay, whatever ones. Those fans are all awful. Nothing much of interest there. Yeah, those awful portable freestanding things. If that's a Doorcraft window fan, that may be good. Yeah, I think from this angle that does look like one of those Hampton Bay Fetters things. So that air conditioner and that air conditioner are probably decent. That may be good too. Okay, well, it's getting late and I'm getting tired, so we're going to close out this video. Oh, geez, this video is long. It's the 46 minutes. Okay, there was a couple of other websites I was going to look at. I wanted to look on the Faceblog Marketplace, but we'll do that another time.